Hopefully the mic is mic'd up.
Yep.
The mic be micing?
Mics are micing.
Great.
Cool.
So let's do the final thing, and then I'll handle this.
Okay.
The final one is just trimming this thing out.
Okay.
And here's what I tell everybody. Hey, you have a table right there. Grab a small 12 by 12 piece, put it on the table. Practice hand cutting on the table first, right? Or if you go to your local body shop, go there, talk to them, be like, hey, can I have one of your scrap cut? Usually they'll be like, yeah, get this thing out of here, right?
Yeah.
They'll give you a hood, put a small 10 by 10, 12 by 12, practice cutting on the car, right?
Okay.
The whole goal is to give yourself a small 1/4 inch gap all the way around so that you can wrap underneath.
Okay.
This is the hardest part about PBF, and it's literally cutting this thing out.
Okay.
And my goal when I'm doing this is to score my film, because I don't actually want to cut through, because if I start to cut through even on this point, I'm training myself to cut paint, right? So I want to score until I cut through.
Oh.
Right? And for PBF, all you need is that little score line. It's like a little train track, right? You just need it for their film to follow it afterwards.
Gotcha.
Right? And then figuring out how much you want to wrap is vehicle dependent. Like if you have a Volkswagen, if you ever pop the hood and you look at the Volkswagen, how much you can wrap, it's maybe like an eighth,
Okay.
maybe. Right now I'm touching the back of this hood. There's a solid like 1/2 inch that I could actually wrap all the way underneath. I don't need to wrap that much. I think 1/4 inch is perfect.
Okay.
Or for reference, check this out. So you see how thick from this blade to this blade is? Right? I'll put that up against my hood. And where that line is right there, that's how much I'm gonna wrap.
Okay.
I'll try and follow that line all the way through, and it gives me good reference. Like, oh, that's how much I'm gonna wrap. But this is the hardest part, and this takes the longest, and you have to be very, very careful. So here I just want to remove that tension that was on the film. I want to have 1 to 2 blades out, and I'm just going to slowly take my time and flow with the body. But I don't actually want to cut through. Because if I cut through right now, I'm on top of paint, and I'll cut the paint. So score. Until you cut through. But you decide when you cut through.
And then it just tears away.
You have to be very careful because I'm tearing away this way.
Yeah.
If I was to tear this way, I might pull it into the actual body panel. That could be terrible.
Gives you a little more control too.
It does.
Not like cutting all the way through. Otherwise that line gets really wobbly.
It's super wobbly. I've tried cutting all the way through, and it just... Actually, I'll do it right now. Because it was very straight over there, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll actually cut through here all the way.
Yeah, you like lose your tension.
You lose the tension. And I'm really trying to make it straight. But most of the time it's like...
Yeah.
It looks like this. And then you lose the tension and you're like, oh crap. And you pick it back up.
Okay. Interesting.
When it comes to like cutting this thing out, I'll try and think like a robot. I'll be like, how can a robot do this and make it like as clean as possible? So that's how I think. And it's like, think like a robot, boom, and then cut pretty damn straight. I want to make it look like a kid did it, you know?
Yeah.
Imagine the plotter printed this put out for us. And we just put it on.
Nice.
I don't know about you, but I'll do maybe a couple cuts, 2-3 cuts.
And snap a blade?
I snap the blade, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, this blade costs less than $1. This piece of film costs 130. So I'd much rather waste a full blade than waste this piece of film.
Yeah, for sure. Look at him.
Now, I'm sure you got heat guns on deck.
Yep.
We'll need a couple heat guns.
Sure.
Let me trim up these corners,
Okay.
and then we can start wrapping. So there is a way that I prefer to do my corner.
Is it recording? Yeah.
So I'm sure you've seen some goofy corners, or like at some point you're gonna see it. But so this is my preferred way. Is I like leaving small overhang on my corner, and then I'll pull away. And like I said before, I like to think like a robot. Like, how would a robot do this and make it look pretty? So that's my corner right there. My whole idea behind this is just to get the corner to wrap just enough to where you don't see it anymore, and then this holds it down.
Okay.
I mean, we can go even further. So when I'm wrapping this corner here, so there's this radius here, right? I'm gonna start my cut here and then finish it here. And I wanna wrap the face of this corner, but I only wanna wrap about 3/16 of it. So corner gets wrapped, and then I pull away. Here I do the same. I pull out towards the outside. And my whole goal here is just to wrap the face of the corner so that it disappears. And then I use this access film to hold my film down. Once we add a little bit of heat, it should lay down perfect. And this gives you a really nice wrapped corner. Ready?
Yeah.
We're just about done.
Okay.
Like damn near done. Here's what
It's only been all day.
It's only been a couple hours. So
See, that's how I'd do it. I'd be like, all right, guys, we're done with PPF for today. We did the hood. Come back tomorrow. We'll do the bumper. See, and it'll be like a 7-piece segment throughout the entire week.
Not bad. Alright, so right there, the main thing is like I want to get rid of the soap.
Okay.
Right? So I want no soap under there. I just want my tack solution, just my clean water. Really get this thing no soap. Heat wise, so I have this at about 420 to 450 Fahrenheit. What's nice about the porter cables is you can adjust the heat on them, right? This would be like 1200. Somewhere around here is about 420, 450. Like that to me is like the perfect temperature for film, where I could literally sit here for about 10 minutes and I can just roast the film and nothing's gonna happen to the film. It's a safe place, right? but we're drying up our film. So it works really well for PBS. When we go to wrap this corner, this edge, here's what we're looking to do. So we want to do the top part first. We're gonna work this in 3 sections. So the top goes down first, then we work the radius, which is the middle piece. Once you get past the radius, then you work the bottom. So you work it in 3 parts. Top, middle, bottom.
Okay.
You can do all 3 at once, but you can very quickly mess up. So that's why I like doing the full top first, then the middle, then the bottom.
Okay.
And you want to do it slow. Take your time. And just adding the small amount of heat is all it really needs for it to fully go down. If you're having trouble with it not sticking, perhaps we didn't clean it properly. Perhaps we are not using, there's too much soap underneath there, right? Or we just need to give it a little time to dry. Because even though we're using like our tack is all parts water, our slip is small parts soap, all parts water, right?
Yeah.
So our tack is still a slip in theory.
Okay.
So perhaps maybe we just have to let it dry a little bit.
Yeah.
What I like doing is I'll do my hood, I'll trim it out, then I'll go do a fender. By the time I'm done with that fender, I come back to my hood, it's fully dried out. I can literally just wrap it right away.
So you don't have to sit there with a heat gun.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is
Always be doing something else if
Yeah.
it's just a time thing. Just letting it dry. Nice.
So we'll just work this area slowly. And there we go.
Cool.
There's a nice wrapped edge.
So a front end, you're probably gonna get done in a day.
Once you get good,
Yeah.
once you become like a seasoned installer,
Okay.
we're talking every body panel should take you roughly 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh, okay.
So if we have an hour on the hood, hour on a fender, hour on another fender, that's 3 hours. Front bumpers, depending on like how difficult they are, it can be an hour to 2 hours. So if you become really good, it can be a one-day thing. It
Okay.
should be a one-day thing. We're talking 5, 6, 7 hours, right?
Okay.
If it's taking longer than that, then we just need to continue, right? Get more reps,
Yeah.
become faster,
Yeah.
right? But that takes time. If it's taking you 24 hours, well, we got some training to do, right? I tell everybody to seek out as much training as you possibly can in your first year so that you can knock all that out first year, second year, boom, you're in it. You're so seasoned, you're good, you're making money.
Okay.
Yeah, if you could knock it down to like anything under 30 minutes for a panel, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. If you're at like 2 hours a panel, it's tough.
Okay.
You're still, which is crazy because you're still making money as long as you're not redoing film.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, window tint. You want to stick to anywhere from like 2 to 3 hours at the most.
Yeah, this is, let's say, 4 to 6 hours, so double the time.
Okay.